Back to our reports now. Let's go live to Pulaski, that area where Joshua Peguero has seen some of the damage and has been talking to people there. Joshua.
Hello, Bill and Cami. Now that the sun is out, people are also out assessing some of the damage. I want you to take a look right behind me where there's this large tree that fell on someone's yard. Now, these several large trees were uprooted along Pulaski Street. This is in downtown Pulaski near the poker grounds, which seems to be where most of the damage or the brunt of the damage occurred. Now, there were down down trees, several down trees. There were flagpoles that were bent. We saw one basketball hoop also, like a steel frame basketball hoop that was pretty much bent out of shape. I don't know if you can even play basketball on it anymore. There are people out here chainsawing, removing trees. At one point there were two large trees blocking a main road, Pulaski Street, that main road, and authorities had to remove it before traffic was allowed to continue. But we spoke to some homeowners, or we're out here hours immediately after the tornado hit, and they say that they were scared, but it all happened so quick.
It just happened so fast. It was unbelievable. And it was just gray, black, you know, you couldn't even hardly see. It was raining so hard. And that was it. It was over and gone.
I spoke to this one woman who says she prayed to God that the tornado would not just level her home, and it looks like her prayers were answered because her home turned out just fine. We will continue bringing you the latest as we talk to people who are currently just picking up and assessing the damage. Reporting live in Pulaski, Joshua Peguero, Action 2 News.
This afternoon, the Pulaski area was the nexus for severe weather and a spotted funnel cloud. Joshua Peguero just finished talking with authorities there. He joins us live with an update. Joshua.
Yes, Bill and Cami, I just finished speaking with police department who say one family was displaced by the storms that came through. Currently, Pulaski is on cleanup. Several homeowners and residents are out cleaning debris from their front yards. Several large trees were uprooted, and there were also down power lines on the west side of town. There was also flag poles that were bent, but luckily no one was injured. From what police tell us, you know, this could have been much worse. There were several people we spoke to who were not home at the time. They were actually at work. One lady that I spoke to says that she thanks God that she was praying to God to make sure that her home wasn't leveled, and God answered her prayers because she had no damage. Also, two large trees fell in the middle of Pulaski Street, and authorities had to remove them before traffic could resume. But police say the west side of town was also hit, but nothing like this area.
This part was probably the most affected part of it. Our initial spotting of the funnel cloud from Chief Hensel earlier was just on the west side of the village limits, and then it pretty much moved straight east through town here from 160-32 and then continuing eastward.
I was looking out the window when I heard the whistles go off and stuff, and then I just started seeing the trees start to go down, and I headed for the basement, and by the time I got down in the basement, it was over and gone already.
Now, for the property owners, listen up. Police say that you need to call your insurance company to get large trees removed. At 10, we'll be talking with a woman who was actually struck by lightning during the storms. Reporting live in Pulaski, Joshua Peguero, Action 2 News.
Continues in Pulaski, where homes were hit by storms and debris after today's severe weather.
Northeast Wisconsin has been rocked by storms the last couple of days, causing flooding, power outages, and downed trees. We're getting another look tonight at some of the viewer video of the tornado sent in earlier today. In a preliminary survey now of the damage, the National Weather Service reports an EF0 tornado touched down in Pulaski today. That's in comparison to the reports of an EF1 tornado that touched down in Nichols yesterday. In a First Alert update, Joshua Peguero speaks to residents who hid in their basements and even one woman who was struck by lightning.
The village of Pulaski took a hit today from a weather episode that left many residents scared.
I was looking out the window when I heard the whistles go off and stuff, and then I just started seeing the trees start to go down, and I headed for the basement, and by the time I got down in the basement, it was over and gone already.
The tornado left a trail of downed power lines, bent flagpoles and basketball hoops, and damaged roofs. These two large trees that you see behind me were on East Pulaski Street, blocking traffic until authorities removed them. But there were also homes along this same street that had trees on their front yards and on their roofs. It also caused some damage to the poker grounds, and police say the west side of Pulaski was hit.
We only have one family that was displaced due to some power outage and possible gas leaks, but they were able to find some family to spend the time with until those things get resolved.
During last night's storm, Rhonda Williams' vehicle was struck by lightning while driving down I-43 on her way to Pulaski. It happened near the Mason Street exit.
It was a large, bright flash and a huge bang. My truck kind of seized up. The wheels stopped turning and I hydroplaned to the side of the road.
She says the car is totaled with all its electronics fried. She visited the emergency room for treatment, but still feels the after effects today.
When it was raining and lightning and we were driving from Green Bay back out here to Pulaski, I was scared in the car. I was having like PTSD.
In Pulaski, Joshua Piguero, Action 2 News.